What is poppin', guys? Happy May the 4th. Today I'm uploading the first level of my World 2 for my Super World. I uploaded all of my World 1 levels at once, and I plan to do that as well for the future worlds. But for this week's speedrun challenge, I couldn't come up with a standalone level that I was really proud of. But I'm proud of this level, and it's a traditional 3D world level that's semi-technical with a cannon box, and it's going to be this week's speedrun level. It's got a ton of branching paths and possibilities, so it should be pretty interesting to find the optimal route, as a lot of them balance each other out. Guillermo won last week's challenge on Golden Head 007 with a time of 24.305 seconds, and we'll shout out his latest level at the end because it's a speedrun, and I definitely recommend playing it if you like speedruns. So now I'm going to go through my level like a few times because there's quite a few branching paths, but it's basically all about this cannon box. It's called Subterranean Shooter, and around the course there's a few areas with red coins, which are always optional in my Super World levels, but this time I decided to make it like, you'll see later on the red coins may come in handy for a speed strat, but they're all out of the way. You kind of have to go out of your way to get them. And as you see here, there's like two branching paths. You can go through the clear pipes, or you can go above them. And right here, you can do this little strat where you go underneath and you shoot at these spike balls. It's really interesting that you can blow up the spike balls. There's more, but we'll go back to that later. But there's all these eye blocks, and you can shoot them from a distance, so it makes like for a cool little path. You can snake around. And then I decided to go with a vertical subworld because I like vertical levels, and it was about time that I had one in my Super World. The checkpoint's out of the way, but again, it will help you later on. There's all these things that will balance it out. You see that red coin up there? It's out of the way, but if you grab it, it might save you time later. Or you could just shoot this and go fast. I kind of think it's kind of cool to crush swamps with the eye blocks. And see here, there's two paths. You can go the slow way, or if you have a mushroom from earlier or from the checkpoint, you can break through there. So you have to choose which path is faster, and if going out of your way to get the mushroom or get the red coins will be like worth it or not in the end. Because if you see, if you hear you get the red coin, it's slower, but when you come out the end, there's the thing for the top of the goalpost that I do in most of my levels, but it's very close, so you just get the goalpost instantly, where if you don't have all the red coins, you will have to go through that little gate right there to get to the goalpost. But because all the red coins are out of the way, it might be faster not to do it. Like, it'll be very interesting to see what that results in. But here's the level again, because there's a bunch of different paths that you can take through here. So you could grab the mushroom, you could just ignore it. It depends on if you want to use that skip later. And then you can go through these clear pipes, and if you shoot into it, the bullet will actually hit the Goomba. I line that up, and it's kind of funny. You can use this big Koopa to break through all these blocks right here, and you can shoot it to go through it kind of fast instead of shooting them all individually one by one. And then I had a few like kind of traditional things for the fun players who aren't speedrunning this. So if you shoot into here, a 1-up will fall because there's a block up there. And again, here's these eye blocks you can shoot from a distance, and it's really satisfying because just one shot, charge or not, will release the full thing, and then you can quickly wall jump or make your own path. So yeah, again, the vertical subworld is really cool. I just make you shoot through lots of walls. There's coins if you want to grab them if you're going slow. You can go fast too if you want. This is kind of inspired by my Mount Morton Chapter 2 thing with the vertical area with a bunch of pipes. But here's like the other way if you're not ground pounding. Just a few piranhas you gotta shoot through. And then right here, instead of shooting this, you can just go right down and ground pound, and you'll get to the pipe a lot faster. But if you do that, you don't get the red coin, which means you will not be able to do the item box thing. You might be able to get back up, but it's kind of tricky. And ultimately, if you grab that coin, you're kind of like slowing yourself down. And then here's the third strat, which you don't even use the cannon box right away. You'll grab this Koopa shell, and then you could break through this wall like this. And if you grab it a third time, and then you throw it, it'll go through the clear pipe, and then kind of clear the way for you like this. And then you can use it again if you want to or not. But you have to kind of grab a cannon box eventually. So there's one right there. And I accidentally did this where the shell's lined up, and then you can just keep rolling, which is kind of fun and interesting. I don't know if that's optimal or not, because you do have to grab the cannon box eventually. But there's just all these possibilities, and we'll see which one comes out on top. So here's the end of the level if you play it normally without getting all the red coins. You basically just come up through this pipe at the end, and then you enter like the final area of the level. And then it's got a little more final, like one more eye block, exclamation point block, and you break through the little wall, and there's the goal. So now we're shouting Guillermo for like I think the 4th time now. He's won all of these speedrunner records, and it's amazing. Here's his maker ID. It'll be in the description as well with his level code. But he's definitely a great speedrunner because he made a really cool speedrun level that I would like to show off now. You can go through, it's like kind of designed so you can go through everything really fast, but it also can be played kind of slower. But like if you go slow, you kind of have to wait a lot more, and then you have to fight more enemies compared to if you're going fast. And my favorite part is the end of the level, where if you're going fast, you can use this Goomba, and then you'll just juggle it. Like, you'll throw it through all these enemies, and you have to, like, kind of do a bunch of inputs, like slide, and then throw, slide, and then throw. Very satisfying stuff. But if you go slow, you're not going to get anywhere near the world record. You'll have to wait for the falling rocks, because if you go through it, you'll die. So it's, like, a very interesting level that, like, rewards you for going fast, but it's kind of tricky to go fast, and if you go slow, it's a little bit more easygoing, but more danger, I guess, because you could get crushed. But yeah, totally would recommend it. Good luck to everyone, and play Guillermo's level because it's dope.